Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking with Jeanette Donforio from Ms.FitVegan. So here she is, Ms.FitVegan. She's just joined and she is part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. And hi EEE or III, however you pronounce your name, and she produced a beauty ebook. So we're going to discuss some beauty, we are going to discuss the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, and we're going to discuss her journey as a raw vegan. If you haven't purchased the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle yet, I have put the link in the comments of this particular talk, and go and purchase it or go into my bio. $50. It's so cheap. Over 50 raw vegan books, including Dr. Douglas Graham's audiobook and my Rawsome Reset. So get onto it, that's for sure. Now, I'm hoping Ms.FitVegan will join me. She's here. I can see her. I'm going to wave to her. I just need her to request to join and we will start. I hope we will start. Anyway, oh, you requested? I never got it. Boo! Yeah, I agree. I never got it. Do you want to come out and come back in again? I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, come back in. No idea. I don't understand technology so much. Anybody here great at technology? Me, not so much. Not so much. I've been really loving the last week or so. I've been chatting to so many different raw vegans, and I've been having lots of other people join in, which is awesome. Have you joined yet? View request. Here we go. We've got her here. Finally. What accent do you have? I always laugh with that. I don't feel I have an accent, but I do. I've got an Australian accent. Hello, Jeanette. How are you?
Hi, Jane. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Now we've finally got you on here.
I love your accent so much. Oh my gosh. When you said Ms.FitVegan, I was like, oh my God, I'm official. Oh, I love your accent.
It always cracks
I made it.
up.
I feel like I made it when you say my name.
That is so funny. It always cracks me up when people say your accent, because I don't feel I have an accent, and obviously I do, but I know I do because whenever I hear myself on like a message or something, I say, oh my God, that accent. So I do.
I love it. I love it. Oh, don't take it for granted. I love it. Yes.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, we are going to discuss your book. I was going through it last night, actually, and my goodness, there's lots of beauty tips in there. And I'm going to start with talking about the hair tips because I've got burnt hair at the bottom at the moment. And I was looking at the rice water, and I've been looking into this for some time, this rice water. So tell me about the rice water, and have you used it yourself, and what's your experience with it?
Yeah, I've used it extensively. Honestly, it's a commitment. Okay, so the directions are in the book. It's a commitment, but if you do something consistently over time, that's when you get results. And honestly, doing the rice water for, I think it was 3 months straight, like every few days, 3 times a week for 3 months straight. Wow, because the protein in rice does something with your hair. And I also recommend if you're going to do the rice water, definitely put in some essential oil because it doesn't smell the best ever. But it's an old, I believe it's kind of like from the Indian tradition to do this with your hair.
Yeah, I think you're right. I watched a YouTube video on it, about 6 months ago. Very interesting.
Yes, and also I do recommend you get a spray bottle for that. And then, of course, just make sure and stay consistent. Every single thing in the book, it really, really works, but you got to do it over and over and over. Just like, eating a healthy vegan lifestyle, eating a healthy vegan diet. You're not going to get healthy from one salad, and you're not going to get sick from one vegan burger, you know, like
Yeah,
processed burger.
exactly. It's consistency, consistency, consistency. Well, tell me a little bit about your journey, how you got into eating raw and more fruit. Your page is full of fruit. So how did you come into this journey?
Yes, thank you so much. So, oh, by the way, last thing about the rice water, I have a YouTube video on it. So if anybody's interested in that, you can go to my YouTube, Ms.FitVegan, and I have a bunch of videos from years ago because I've been doing it for a while and it really has helped me. My hair was falling out, my hair was very thin, and so I'm very grateful for that rice water trick. Okay, so now I'm obsessed with fruit. I don't know, because I feel like when you eat fruit, you're cute. You become cute, you know? So I don't know. It rhymes. It's cute. And here's the thing. I actually was a standard American for the first 26 years of my life. All right. So ate everything. In fact, I think I ate a little worse, okay, than most people. I ate McDonald's. I ate M&Ms for breakfast. I ate Breyer's ice cream for dinner. I was just really very unhealthy. A lot of meat and specifically a lot of dairy. A lot of ice cream, a lot of cookies and candies and cakes and chocolates. Okay, so then when I was 26 years old, I was blessed enough to see the documentary Food Inc. I'm sure you've seen it, and by Michael Pollan. And it's not really about going vegan, okay? But there is one scene in the documentary where they show a cow being pushed into the slaughterhouse because it's too sick to walk in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and so that was the first time that I'd ever seen anything like that. I never knew where my food came from. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised.
Yeah,
And we don't.
Stop, right? You know.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's packaged. It's clean. It's
Absolutely.
food. Yeah. It's not an animal. It's not an animal's body part. That's for sure. And so that's the first time I was ever exposed to that. And after that, I was shocked. I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to eat, but I knew that there was no way that I could support that anymore. And honestly, I have chills throughout my body now because I remember that moment where it was like, what? Like, whoa, like that mind blown emoji. Okay, so ever since then, I gave up eating animal body parts, but I was still eating dairy for about a year. Mm-hmm. And then I found out about the raw vegan diet from David Wolf. Okay.
Right.
So yes. So David Wolf, he's a great salesperson and he sold me on the raw vegan lifestyle. You know, he has a book called Nature's First Law. Mm-hmm. Have you read that book or checked it out?
I have that particular book, but I do back in Australia in my mother's garage. I do have a David Wolf book, and he inspired me to write all my goals, and I wrote a goal sheet, and a lot of them come true. So he's got some good stuff, that's for sure.
Oh, yes, he's really good. And honestly, ever since then, I've been on a journey to discover like the healthiest way to eat. And it turns out, you know, a big part of that is eating an abundance of fresh, ripe, delicious fruit. In my opinion, I feel so great. It's completely transformed the way I think, the way I look, the way I feel, every part of my life. And I know for a fact that this is something that we are designed to eat because we crave sweets, and fruit is sweet and delicious. And of course, I still eat greens. I love herbs. I love veggies too, but fruit is predominantly the main focus of my diet. And I think I really am confident that it always will be. So yeah, that's my little fruit journey, I guess.
Oh, what a good journey. And it is. I love hearing people's journeys and how they came into this lifestyle. And it's amazing. Like what you're saying, it only takes one little thing to start planting the seeds for these, big health changes to take part in our lives. And, just through watching a documentary. And I mean, that documentary obviously wasn't specifically targeted towards going vegan.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
No, but having that in there about the dairy cows, and was it dairy cows or beef cattle?
I think it was cows being sent to the slaughter to make like meat.
Probably.
I think so.
Probably dairy.
Good question, though.
When you said so sick, I thought, yeah, it must be the dairy cows, the spent cows. Yeah, and when you see stuff like that and you can connect with it, it's amazing how these little seeds implement big changes into our lifestyles. And obviously, beauty's a big part of your life. And when you're eating raw foods, you're a lot more hydrated in the skin and things like that. But you've come up with all these wonderful face masks and like all these different ideas. I was going through them yesterday. I was like, oh, I didn't know that you could put that and that together. So tell me about some of your masks.
Yes, so I didn't mention this, but from the age of 12 until the age of 27, I had cystic acne. Right. So my face was covered in acne, and you know, if you've ever had cystic acne, it's very, very painful.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Wow.
Eating a raw vegan diet, I had it everywhere too.
Your skin is amazing. Your skin is glowing.
Yeah,
wow.
That is on this lifestyle with my skin. But I must say, I was living in Vietnam. I'm now in Mexico, but living in the tropical climate does wonders for drawing out a lot of toxins in your skin. That's for sure.
Wow. Yes, I believe it. Oh, wow. Okay. So I've had very, very bad skin. I had eczema all over my body. I was very depressed and almost really like suicidal because of this, because I just couldn't deal with, you know, feeling and looking like this. Yeah, I mean, now looking back, I'm just like, really? Like, there's so much more about me than just my skin. But at the time, you know, it's very debilitating, especially as a teenager, you know, going to school, people making fun of you.
I mean, your skin, your face, that's the first thing people look at, and you feel so self-conscious. I know I used to cake foundation onto my skin, and it would all be cluggy, and you'd see bumps over the top. And I haven't worn makeup in years now, but yeah, I totally understand. And especially when you're a lot younger, you know, in your 30s, you start to grow more confidence. Now I'm in my 40s, you know exactly who you are. But I do understand in those young adult years and teen years, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's really horrible. And so if anybody can relate to that, you know that, yeah, it's very debilitating. It ruined my self-esteem. I couldn't leave the house. I actually got homeschooled. It got so bad that I couldn't leave the house. I was so embarrassed about my skin. And so, yeah. And so, okay, so I would try anything. I got prescription pills from the dermatologist. I tried Neutrogena. I tried all the brands, all the spot treatments, all the tips and tricks that I could find. Sorry, somebody's calling me. And I was trying everything. Nothing worked until I tried the raw vegan diet. That is the only reason I tried it, honestly. I went vegetarian for the animals. Okay, so I stopped eating meat for the animals. But then when I found the raw vegan diet, I was like, oh my gosh, let me try this, because I will do anything to clear my skin. Okay, so it wasn't for health. It wasn't for anything else besides my skin. And literally it worked. It worked, and I couldn't believe it. Yeah. And a big part of that is the hydration. Okay, so the hydration is the key to looking and feeling your best. I'm sure you agree. I mean, not just talking about water.
Absolutely. It's amazing. And that's why eating high water fruits. And I've noticed that on your page, lots of watermelon and things like that.
Yes. So that's the key for sure. You don't have to, listen, I'm just going to tell you guys the secrets. You don't have to buy the book. The book goes into a lot more detail, but the secret is an abundance of fresh, ripe, beautiful, delicious fruit. Okay, that's it. Now, I also do a bunch of different natural face masks because, listen, I am somebody who's like 0 or 100. So if I'm going to have nice skin, I'm going to have the nicest skin I've ever had in my life. And so I started researching natural ways to like make your skin even more beautiful, clear your pores, get rid of blackheads, get rid of oil, because I have naturally oily skin and hair. And I discovered a bunch of all natural things. Okay, for example, aloe. Aloe is one of my favorite things to put on, right? It's like, it's so cheap. And in Mexico, you can probably find it like on the street, you know,
Well, I
sometimes.
haven't
Maybe.
found it on the street here, but in Vietnam, I used to buy just huge stalks of it, and it was like daily in my smoothies, and I'd use it on my skin, and it was just a big part of my life. I'm in Cancun at the moment. I'm hoping when I go down to Puerto Vallarta, we'll start to get more developing. Look, I'm in a big, you know, I haven't got the villagey stuff happening here, unfortunately. Anyway, go on about your aloe vera.
So the thing is, aloe is also great for your hair. It's great for your hair. If you have dry, brittle, damaged hair like me, I dyed my hair, okay? I still dye my hair. It's my last vice. It's my last vice, guys.
Born blonde, you said.
I should have, but I put aloe in my hair at least once a week, leave it in for at least 20 minutes up to an hour, wash it off, rinse it really good, and it really helps with the dry, damaged hair. So there's a bunch of different face masks. I think there's 25 in the book. Some of them are super easy because honestly, I am not the type of person that can spend a lot of time in the kitchen making stuff, okay?
Yeah, I totally understand.
You understand? And so some of them are literally, you mix in banana, papaya, avocado. Mix it together, put it on your face. That's it. You know, nothing complicated, okay? I have one where I do, it's just pineapple, and you can put either olive oil or coconut oil. You mix it up, okay? You can mash it. You don't even have to blend it. You don't have to blend it. Don't dirty the blender. Mix it up, put it on your face. It's amazing for brightening your skin and really helping with the pores. I have a great one for blackheads. It's cilantro and lime. But this one, you need to, I recommend juicing the cilantro. So when you make a green juice, at the very end, juice some cilantro, squeeze in some lime, mix it together. If you put that on your blackheads, let it dry for 20 minutes, rinse it off, blackheads are going to go away. If not the first time, do it a few times throughout the week. I'm telling you, this is like a big one. I love that one.
So this just in itself, anyone who's listening to this, who's got acne and bad skin, in itself, just by purchasing the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, you have got like over 25 different recipes for skin health. And who doesn't want to have nice skin? I mean, I understand it, and I love it, not in an egotistical way, but people quite often comment to me, wow, your skin, it's so nice. I mean, I'm 44 and
wow,
it's doing okay. And
gorgeous.
Gorgeous. But I'm so grateful to the raw vegan lifestyle for that. And fruit makes a massive difference, but having these natural masks and things, especially when you're not in a tropical country, so you're not, your skin does dry out. I'm feeling it here, even in Mexico, in comparison to Vietnam. My skin's starting to dry out. You do need something to give yourself that spark. So having those natural creams, rather than spending an absolute fortune on creams, God, what I bought over the years. I was in Las Vegas years ago, and I bought Dead Sea salt from the Dead Sea package for like over $300, like insanity. And I thought that was going to fix me, and it didn't. The only thing that's ever fixed me is raw living. It's amazing what it does to your skin.
Yeah, and everybody watching this, it's so true what you said, and everybody watching this probably has the ingredients already in their house. Like every single mask that I put in the book has ingredients that you most likely, if you're watching, if you're following Jade or me, you probably have this stuff in your house, okay? You probably have it. And then I totally resonate with that because I spent probably thousands and thousands of dollars, okay? Maybe upward towards $1 million, who knows, on makeup, skincare, crazy expensive creams, potions, lotions, all this stuff that literally never did anything, ever. And the face masks, honestly, they're like, honestly, they work and they feel really good. And you don't even have to buy things. You have them in your house already. I love to do them because my skin is, at this point, my skin is really good from where it was, right? And I might not need to do them anymore, but they feel so good. It's kind of like a pampering too. It makes me feel really good. So that's why I do them still.
Oh, I just think it's so great that somebody's put that out, because when I was going through it last night, I was getting really excited by some of the recipes, and I'm gonna make a lot of them because I love putting things on my skin. Now, you went a little bit deeper than that though. You had some different green smoothies. Now, why do you have green smoothies? I mean, I love green smoothies in my diet, but
Me
I
too.
yeah. Why do you have green smoothies in your diet? What are the benefits of it?
Great question. So green smoothies are the absolute best way to ensure that you're getting enough minerals. Okay, greens are really important, very, very important part of your diet. I'm not one of those people that promote just eating fruit, okay, because I see the difference. If I just eat fruit, I don't feel as good, I don't look as good, and I don't sleep as good, especially, okay? Greens have the minerals, they have the lots and lots of nutrients, obviously, and they contain chlorophyll, which is the plant blood of life. And honestly, it's a lot of magnesium as well in greens. And you need magnesium to kind of ground, to kind of relax. You know, fruit, as you know, it like, you know, gets you high and crazy and, you know, gives you lots of energy, which is awesome. But we need to ground sometimes every day, you know, at the end of the day. So that's why I have a big salad every night. And I love my green smoothies because I see a difference in my skin. I see it. You see it too, right? My hair,
Oh,
my nails, my
I'm
skin.
a huge advocate of greens. Love them.
And you know, once you get some green smoothie recipes that are so good, you're gonna crave it. You're gonna look forward. You don't even taste them in the smoothie.
No,
Like this is, it's so good. So it's kale, a lot of kale in here. I don't put the stem in personally because I find it bitter, but the leaves of the kale. We got bananas, dates, hemp seeds, and some spirulina. It's so good. So and water, so delicious. And
it's so easy. I mean, if you've got a high-speed blender, I wouldn't advise to people who don't have a high-speed blender to be blending kale, because
yeah, yeah.
you're gonna have chunks of kale. I mean, I've had messages from people, I made this and look, and I'm like, you don't have a high-speed blender, do you? Do I need one? I'm like, yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's an investment you need. If you want to be high raw or fully raw, or even indulge in having green smoothies daily, yeah, you need a high-speed blender. And the great thing is that they're a lot cheaper than they used to be these days. But definitely, kale's wonderful, but make sure you have a high-speed blender to get that kale in.
Yeah, I saw the Vitamix the other day at Costco for $339. I paid like 700 10 years ago,
Yeah,
10, 11 years ago. Wow, that is so cheap. And the best, what you just said is so true. It's probably the only thing that you really, really need to get. Like you really need a high-speed blender if you're going to be eating healthy. Because if you're eating healthy, you're making your own stuff. And if you're making your own stuff, you need a quality, you know, quality equipment. So you don't need a dehydrator. You don't need a food processor. You don't need a juicer. But I would say, personally, you need a blender, a high-speed. The Vitamix is great. I would recommend that one.
absolutely. I agree. I can't live without a blender. I mean, I take it even when I'm traveling. Like
Yeah, me too.
I
Yeah.
need my blender for dressings and green smoothies and beauty masks and
Yeah.
whatever it is you want to make. You need that high speed blender. In saying that, look, I mean, some people might be happy to just sit there and eat everything in its whole form, and more power to you. But for me, I need the dressings and the smoothies and everything else as well.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. Yeah.
Now, what made you decide to come up with a raw vegan beauty book? Because I mean, most of the books are food, and I thought it was quite wonderful actually, because it's different. What made you come up with having a beauty book, and why do you think it's important for people to read it?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for your kind words and for having me on, first of all. I love your page. I think you're amazing, what you're doing, and all the knowledge and wisdom and experience that you're spreading. Thank you so much, Jade. I
Oh,
really
you can
appreciate
come on
that.
my page anytime you
Ah!
like if you want to make it feel like that.
And also, I just want to have your accent too, because I feel like everything is just so much better with an accent. But Anyway,
know
I
you
wasn't
have an
blessed.
accent to me, right?
I wasn't blessed as with a beautiful accent, but I came up with the beauty book because for two reasons. One, I am not a talented, amazing raw vegan chef. Okay, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know
Oh,
how you
I
do
can't
it.
like some of the creative people. Gosh, they come up with gingerbread men houses and
Yeah, I saw that. Guys, there's a raw vegan gingerbread house in the bundle.
yeah, like out of everything in the whole bundle, that blew my mind. I'm
Me
like,
too.
what? Who came up with that? But the particular author of who came up with that, he was actually raised raw vegan. So he's probably over the years, his mother's probably come up with
Yeah,
all sorts of weird and
yeah.
wonderful things. But it blew my mind. That's for
He's
sure.
got an unfair advantage. I was raised on
Absolutely.
McDonald's. So, okay. So I came up with it because one, I can't write a recipe book. I mean, I have a recipe book. It's called 100 delicious raw vegan recipes, but it's like five
You
ingredients
can
or
write a
less.
recipe book.
Yeah, I have,
You
it's
can.
5 ingredients or
You can.
less.
You can. It's a simple one, and it's the easiest way to eat raw. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
you can do it. Yeah.
But it's not anything like you'll find in the bundle. The bundle is mind-blowing. I can't believe, like, the things that Lissa and, like, Olivia and all these people come up with, the flavors, so simple, too, but I don't have that talent. So what I was thinking was, you know, I wanted to write a book that I could have really, really used when I was in my teenage years and in my 20s, that could have really spoke to me and helped me understand, first of all, it's possible. It's possible to get the body and the skin and the hair and the life of your dreams. It's really possible. Okay. And I wanted people to know the steps that I took that I didn't know until I was, you know, I mean, I'm 36 now, almost 37, and I'm learning every day still. Every single day I'm learning, you know? There's some things that I need to do a part two, because I'm learning every single day new
We
things,
all
and I've
are.
been researching for the last 10 years how to look my best, feel my best, and honestly, how to start feeling beautiful, because beauty is inside. It's inside. There are so many celebrities and models that are so beautiful that are miserable and don't feel beautiful. So that's a big part of the book as well. Oh, Gina, hi, nice to see you. Yes, I appreciate you. So that's why I wrote the book. And also, you know, I wanted to do something a little different because, like I said, I wasn't raised raw vegan, that's for sure. I don't have the skills, the culinary skills. Like, I was on live with Chef Yin yesterday.
Oh, her
Come on now.
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable what she does. She has a book, guys, on raw vegan, like Asian cuisine. Ridiculous. I can't believe what I'm seeing in this book.
I've traveled throughout Asia, and the food that she's made in there, she's got like Malaysian food, Indonesian food, Thai food, Indian food, all fully raw. And you're just looking at it like, wow, it looks like it would be what you would get served up cooked, yet
Yes.
it's 100% raw. Like, seriously, if you haven't got the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, I'm going to plug it again. Grab the bundle. The link's in either my bio or in Jeanette's bio. I've also got the link in the comments, which you can just click on and purchase the bundle. You will not regret it, because if you're curious about raw, this will set you up for success. But even if you already eat raw and you just want more recipes, I love getting new recipes all the time. I just get new ideas of things I can make. Even though I'm not the greatest at following recipes, I must admit,
Me too.
reader. I'm a reader, and I just then chucker. I'm a reader and chucker. So
A chukka. I'm a chukka.
yeah,
I love it.
So I just throw everything in the blender and off we go. But I get the ideas from different cultures. And like you said, Yin, with all the Asian stuff, that stuff's mind-blowing. She actually, you can actually connect with her if and when you can go to Malaysia again, when it opens up. And she'll actually connect with you and you can make food with her.
Honestly, I'm intimidated because I've never, like, I'm barely making the salad dressings at night, you know? Like, I've gotten down over the last 10 years, I've gotten my, 10, 11 salad dressings that I can do. But, what you said is so true. So I've been raw vegan over 10 years now, and the bundle, wow. I literally have so many more recipes that I'm going to make this year for the holidays, especially because that's the time when I want to, like, inspire people to eat healthy. And you're not going to really inspire people by bringing fruit to the dinner. Like, that's what I do every year for Thanksgiving. I bring a jackfruit, and like, people think, it's fun and they have some, but they don't really like get like so,
it's part
yeah.
of the food.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you bring something that you make from this bundle, from the holiday book or anybody's book, like, people will lose their mind thinking like, this is what raw food is. Like, I can eat something that's savory and delicious and amazing and still be healthy. So I'm definitely going to make some stuff this year. The quiche, I'm making the raw vegan quiche.
It's mind-blowing. Yeah.
Did you make it?
Oh, no, I don't have a dehydrator at the moment because I left it in Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
Well, they had bad lockdowns, and we just grabbed a backpack and we just left. We're in Mexico at the moment, but yeah, so I don't have my dehydrator at the moment. But certainly, when I get back to Australia, I'll probably get a dehydrator again there until I can go back to Vietnam and grab my other one. But yeah, I'll definitely make it. It looks amazing.
It's with like coconut meat. There's no nuts. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that is in the collaboration book, which you can only get with this bundle. You cannot get it any other time. And every contributor to the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. So basically the leaders in the raw vegan movement have submitted their recipes, and there's a quiche in there. Like,
what was your recipe, Jade?
I made stuffed peppers. Because I love them, or stuffed capsicums for Aussies. We call them capsicums, but because the majority of the people who follow me are American or Canadian, I just say peppers. I'm just learning more and more to speak like an American with the Aussie accent.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and I'm gonna start saying capsicum and chuck it in. Chuck it in.
Chuck it in. You just chuck
I love it. I love it. Yeah, my recipe was an apple pie a la mode. Honestly, I was quite intimidated to even submit a recipe because I knew the people that were submitting recipes, and I was like, I'm not really a raw vegan chef.
Yeah,
but
awesome, that apple pie. I saw that.
It's very simple. Amazing. It's very simple. It's very easy. I think it's like 5 ingredients, maybe 6. And it's very, very easy. And so listen, guys, whether you love to do amazing stuff in the kitchen, whether you love to make stuff, make it beautiful, make it amazing, or whether you don't have the skills and the patience to do stuff, I'm telling you, you can find amazing recipes. There's actually a bunch of books in this bundle with simple, easy, delicious. Yours. Yes.
Yeah, mine's simple, just like you. I mean, I can make complex recipes, but I'll be honest, like, when I'm working all the time and I'm busy, and look, let's be fair, the vast majority of the people are working. We all work because we want an extra house or a bigger house, 4 TVs, mobile phones, air conditioners running all the time. I mean, we all are working around the clock, and keeping it simple ultimately is the key to staying raw. Making beautiful, complex recipes is awesome for the weekends when, all your friends are getting takeout pizza and you say, I feel left out. No, I'm not left out. I've got my raw vegan pizza. Or, making a quiche for Christmas and things like that. Yes, but the majority of the time you ask any raw vegan, we keep it simple. And the reason we keep it simple is because if we were making all these complex foods all the time, we wouldn't be able to work.
We couldn't do it.
We wouldn't be able to afford to eat this way.
You can't do it. You can't do it. And you know what? the more simple your meal, the better you'll feel anyway. Okay?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. The less your body has to digest, the better it is for your colon, the easier you digest. Nothing's getting backed up there, so you're not building any disease. And if you want to have beautiful, clear skin like Jeanette's, and
Jade,
focus on being a beautiful goddess, as she says, definitely keep it simple. I say keep it simple, sexy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Because,
so,
you know, stupid, right? Keep
yeah,
it
exactly.
simple, sexy. Oh, I
Stupid.
love that. I love
Yeah,
that.
so I say keep it simple, sexy. I came up with that a while ago. I must admit, when I first started health coaching, I used to say keep it simple, stupid. But as you probably know, the world's changed a lot in the last 6 or 7 years, and people get offended very easily.
Yes.
And I was like, what can I say? So I'm not going to offend someone. Surely I probably will offend somebody somewhere along the line. But I did start saying,
You know what? I want to talk about that for a second because you seem very authentic. You're authentically you. You're not into the bullshit or like you keep it real.
yeah.
You keep it real and you're you. And you know what? Sometimes people don't like that, right? Like sometimes you're not for everyone. And I'm just curious your advice because I'm also dealing with that. Like I'm myself. Sometimes I offend someone. Sometimes I curse and people don't like that or, you know, whatever. And so what is your advice for that? Like dealing with being yourself?
Great question. Great question. And I stayed off social media for nearly 2 years. Yeah, after getting abused just for being myself, so to speak. But what you see is what you get with me, and look, that's an Aussie thing, predominant. We're like that. A lot of us Aussies. What you see is what you get. I'm not into pretending everything's rainbows and unicorns all the time. If you want that, there's many millions of people on the net that'll give you that, and that's great if that's what you want. But if you want real, I'm real, and I can't be anything but that. And I think the same for you, Jeanette. What you were saying is like learning to love yourself within, because if you look at the net, we'll never be beautiful enough. Our bodies will never be great enough, because especially people alter them on Instagram, and if you see a real picture of someone, they don't even look like all the millions of posts that they're putting up of themselves. And it can be intimidating. I mean, I'm 44, but I look at the young kids coming up, and I've got 2 grandchildren. And I mean, they're only little. They're both under 2. But I think God help these poor children growing up in this society where people expect us to be perfect. People expect us always to be happy. People expect us always to look absolutely beautiful all the time, and altering our face and whatever. I think we need more real, and that's when I started. It started slowly but surely coming back online, and I'm still not on enough because I'm still working on myself, and I like who I am. I love who I am, but it can be hurtful when other people make comments about you, because you think you could get 1,000 great comments about yourself, and then there's just that one comment, that one person who's not happy with themselves, because happy people don't criticize other people, and you take it so personally. And I think it's just learning that that's the internet, and you are enough. We're all enough.
That's the key. That's the key.
And it's to focus on the fact that you might not be everything to everyone, and none of us will ever be, but you'll help the right people at the right time. And I think that's more important than anything else.
I hope you guys heard that. And honestly, if I was watching this, I would screen record that last part and just listen to it, because it's got to get into your subconscious, because that's the truth right there. That's the secret to happiness, feeling your best, looking your best, and being happy with who you are. You're never going to be perfect, and that's okay, because that doesn't exist. Perfection doesn't exist. And you know what's crazy? We're comparing ourselves to people that don't even look like themselves. Literally, the people, the Kardashians, don't even look like the Kardashians. You know how easy it is to Photoshop? Like, I can Photoshop. Like anybody can download an app and Photoshop themselves. So if you don't think these celebrities are Photoshopping every single post, okay, nothing is real on Instagram or the internet. But you just need to, people need to know that they don't have to put toxic ingredients into their body or on their face or have any type of alterations, you know, like surgeries and things like this, in order to be happy, because you'll never be happy until you realize what Jay just said. It's from within. You are enough. You are valuable no matter what you look like, no matter what anybody has ever said to you, no matter what. You are valuable because you were born. That's it. It's by default. So, yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up. And that's a big part of my journey. A big part of my journey is to try and inspire people to realize that they are beautiful. They are beautiful exactly the way they are. And yeah, we can enhance, right? Like I enhance, you know, I do these face masks. I eat a really, really healthy diet. Okay, this enhances my natural beauty. But you know, I wrote the book because I needed it. I needed to feel like I was beautiful. My whole life, I never felt beautiful. I felt so ugly my whole life. And you know what? I'm not. And none of us are. Because if we're beautiful, it's how we feel and what we do, how we make other people feel. That makes us beautiful. So yeah.
The most beautiful people you ever meet are the kindest people. And it's funny to meet people that are so beautiful on the outside, and then you all of a sudden, if they're not a great person, you say, wow, they're so ugly. And being beautiful within is so much more important. Oh, Annie, thank you so much. You are probably one of the most beautiful people on the net. If you're not following 101 Annie, go onto her page and follow her. She is just beautiful and she's so inspiring, and every day she posts all her fruits and her greens and everything on her page. She's just wonderful.
I don't see any comments, by the way, so if there's any comments, I don't see them on my side. Instagram is...
Well, we've just had one from Purely Cat, and she's just purchased her vacuum blender. Woohoo! Ooh. So she's going to be able to make all the delicious recipes in the Raw Vegan bundle. And she also says, yes, it's health from within. Health is from the inside. And that is absolutely true. Health is from the inside. And this is why we nourish our body. This is why we eat well, because we love ourselves enough to want to give ourselves the best possible food. And I don't know about you, but when I'm eating at my optimal, I feel my optimal.
Oh yes, oh yes. If I eat shit, I feel like shit. Yep. If I eat healthy, I feel really healthy. It's very simple. Now, it's not always easy, right? That's why you need these recipes like in this bundle. That's why you need to, you know, read these books that help with the mindset, help with the preparation, help with all the things that go around eating healthy. But it is very simple. Eat healthy, you're gonna feel and look healthy. Eat crappy, you're gonna feel and look crappy. That's the secret.
You are what you eat. You are what you eat. Yeah. And yes, I know waking up in the morning and having hydration, it's just everything. It's just everything. And you start to, I can feel my cells starting to just come alive. And I'm like, yes, okay, I feel wonderful. I feel great. And that is the greatest part about living raw. And it shows, because once you heal from the inside, it reflects on the outside. And that's why raw vegans shine, because they glow from the inside out.
And also what you just said made me think about not just your health, but when you heal on the inside emotionally too, when you start realizing that you are good enough, that there's more important things than the way you look. It's about the way you feel, the things you do, the kind words you say, all right? And then you start healing, and then something happens where you become more attractive to people. It's very interesting what you just said, yeah.
It is. And people, I often say this to people, because people sometimes say to me, Jake, there's some really unkind people in the raw vegan movement. And they tell me, if I mix this, I'm not doing it right. Or if this and this is together, I'm not doing it right. Or whatever. There's a lot of judgment there. And I simply tell people that's because they haven't healed from within. And healed people want to help people, want to share with people and uplift people and guide them and nurture them. Unhealed people want to point fingers at people. So I think that's a big part of the healing process, is learning to love yourself within. Self-love is everything. And it makes a difference between being able to stay on this lifestyle and not stay on this lifestyle. That's why within my book, The Rawsome Reset, there's a little link there, and you can get the companion guide to go with my book, and it's all about self-love. And I've got a step-by-step guide there, and for goal setting and planning and preparing. And
I have to get it. I have to get it. Wow, I love that.
yeah, because it's such a big part of it. And I'm currently, at the moment, I'm writing the second book to go with that companion journal, because I want people to realize it's not all what we eat. It's a holistic healing. It's healing physically, mentally, and spiritually, and it's a whole thing healing. And people just think, oh, I'm eating the right food, why can't I stay on track? But if you haven't healed the other parts and the past traumas and hurt and things like that, it's very hard to be consistent with your diet as well.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I was eating 100% organic, raw vegan for like 7 years. I wasn't healthy because I wasn't exercising. I wasn't dealing with my emotions and my feelings. I was in a really toxic relationship. I wasn't going into nature. There were so many things I wasn't doing, but I was eating perfect. Okay.
Yeah. No, but the other part, yeah. And I mean, that's part of what we do as life. We don't balance the whole thing. We go, this is what I'm doing. You know?
Yes. Yes. Are you an Aries by any chance?
I'm a Libra, so I'm quite unbalanced.
No, because I'm an Aries. You seem very similar to me. A Libra. Ah, yes. Libras are very, very, very smart. That's all I know about them.
This Libra is smart with a funny accent.
Yes. So yeah, Libras are leaders too. Most of the presidents are Libras, I believe, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know too much.
But president, you know, who knows?
The next raw vegan president.
Absolutely. Can you imagine that?
Can you imagine? So yeah, totally. I'm so glad you brought this up, because it's the biggest part of the book. You know, there's all these things you can do on the outside, but the inside, this is the most important part. Most important. And it's not a cliche. Okay. I'm telling you guys, you change literally physically on the outside when you change the way you feel about yourself on the inside. It's fascinating.
You certainly do. You certainly do. And you've given yourself the answers that you were looking for. You said, how do I deal with, you know, all sorts of criticism and being yourself on social media? You've given yourself the answers in this video. Just be yourself, be who you are. I was just going through your stories before we came on here, and you were singing to your fruit.
Yes, I was.
And now, is this I mean, I thought it was quite cute. You said fruit makes you cute. I mean, I love it. I love it. I love your confidence. Why do you sing to fruit? Is there a benefit of it, or it just makes you feel great? What's behind that?
Oh, it's so funny what you just said, that you love my confidence. You know why that's funny? Because I am not a very confident person, but I pretend to be, okay? Like I do things that scare me every single day, and this is the key for me gaining confidence. Like, I get confidence from doing things that I don't want to do, or I don't think I can do, or that people have told me I can't do, you know? And I'm getting more and more confident every single day, especially because the more you do something, you know, the more I put myself out there, the more I do lives, the more I do videos. So I sang to my fruit, guys, yes, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of this, because actually I'm very, very embarrassed to sing in public. I never sing in public, but it's a secret childhood dream of mine to be a singer. And so I'm going to be doing a lot of fruity singing comedy coming up. I'm going to push myself and do it.
I love it. I love it. And it's funny, you said you're not that confident, because I love looking at your page and you put yourself out there. You really do. And I love that. And I don't put myself out there enough. I used to years ago, and then I got, and I love it. And I find it really inspiring seeing how much you put yourself out there. So you portray yourself as very confident. So perhaps that's what I've got to start doing, faking it till I make it.
Yeah, and also I have a lot of clients that I work with, and I make them do things that scare them. And if I don't do it, I can't make them do it.
Wow.
Every single day, every day, I try to do something that really scares me. So like singing on the internet is really scary to me. It's really scary. I'm not a singer. I had a childhood dream of being a singer. But, and doing photo shoots, being on live, these things scare me, these things that make me kind of nervous still. And so that's how I know I have to do them, or else they're going to control me. I've got to face all my fears in this life. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, and you look very beautiful in all your photographs in your book, and your book's so bright and colourful. And I love the photo. You had all the fruit. I don't know if they were balloons, fruit balloons. I was trying to work out your behind.
Yeah, those were fruit balloons. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking, I was like, are they balloons? Yeah, I love that photo, and you just look so beautiful in it. So you've done a really great job.
Thank you.
And your confidence will continue to grow. And I'm really inspired by you, hearing that you don't feel that confident, because you've inspired me to have a lot more confidence in myself too, because you look at other people who are putting themselves right out there online. I think, oh God, how do they do that? How do they do that? But I guess it's just doing it.
Yeah, great points. Because I also thought the same thing my whole life, like Beyonce and J-Lo and Fully Raw Christina, all these people that are so beautiful, right? And I'm like, wow, they have their shit together. But it turns out, I found out, because I've met a lot of people in my life, celebrities included, they don't have their shit together. It just looks like it.
Yeah.
It just looks like it. They might have a lot of assistants. They might have hair and makeup. They might have this production, whatever. But they're doing their best, and they don't always have it together. They don't always feel like doing certain things, and they don't always feel the most confident. And confidence really has come from, in my life, doing things that I'm afraid of. So if you're watching this and you're like, maybe you want to start a YouTube channel, or you want to put yourself more out there, or you want to just like go for that job interview or whatever it is, you've got to do things that scare you. And that's the secret to gaining confidence. And trust me, Jade, I have way more confidence than I used to have, but I'm not the most confident person. Like I don't dress the way I dress on social media. I don't dress like this in real life. I'm not confident enough. Okay, not yet. But one day I will. I just keep practicing and doing the things.
On you, my favorite, black.
But keep doing the things that confident people do, and you will be a confident person. That's it.
Yeah.
Just like eating a raw vegan diet. Keep eating the way raw vegans eat, and you will one day be a raw vegan. It's that simple.
Absolutely. Okay, before we finish up, I've loved this interview.
Me too.
Which is awesome. I love it when you have an interview that just kind of flows.
Yes.
3 tips for people who are wanting to go raw but aren't quite sure what to do.
Okay, right off the bat, keep it simple, sexy. I think this is the best advice, really. I think this is the best advice I've heard in a while, because if you try to make it complicated, it's going to be complicated. And your life is already full. You don't get extra time. Once you decide to get healthy, extra time doesn't appear. So your life is going to be the same. You're still going to have the same job, the same responsibilities, the same life, and you've got to fit in being healthy in there. So keep it simple, okay? And I would stick with mono meals. This is where you eat one thing at a time. It has really served me so much. So eating as much grapes as you want. This is a great way to have a meal, breakfast, lunch. I wouldn't recommend it for dinner because you usually want something more savory. But breakfast or lunch, mono meals, keep it simple, sexy. Number 2, you've got to fill your mind with positive things, okay? So focus on listening to things that make you feel like you can do it, okay? Whether this is, you know, raw vegan based audio, YouTubes and audiobooks, something positive that makes you feel like you can do this, you got this. You know, a lot of the music out there these days, it's very negative, and it doesn't influence us to think that we can do things that are hard, okay? Because changing your lifestyle and your diet, it can be hard in the beginning, you know? But if you listen to audiobooks and you listen to, I love somebody like Eric Thomas. He's amazing. E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher, that's his name on Instagram. He's very inspiring to me. David Goggins is another one that's very, very inspiring. People like this, they just help me understand the power that I have inside me. And then number three, I'm going to say to get the raw vegan bundle. And let me tell you why. You don't need the bundle, but here's why I recommend it. It's because you need to find ways to recreate the things that you want. You're still going to crave sweets, desserts, savory things like lasagna, Snickers bars, tiramisu, all these things.
Food that we grew up with.
Correct. You're still going to want those flavors, especially in the beginning. So this is why the bundle is so good, because it gives you literally amazing, healthy, raw vegan, low-fat, oil-free, salt-free recipes for the favorite things that you love. Ice cream, cakes, cookies, candies, lasagna, pasta, rice, everything, burgers, everything that you want. You can find a recipe in this bundle, no matter what you're craving. And this is the key, to have a healthy alternative to the things that you used to love. Pizza, fries, onion rings, whatever it is. So tacos. So that's my 3 tips.
I love them.
And
yeah. For those who are interested in the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, go into my bio or into Jeanette's bio or the link in the comments. Purchase the bundle and you won't regret it. That's for sure. Thank you so much, Jeanette. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to start having people regularly on my channel. I just think it's a great way for people to connect with other raw vegans.
Yes.
And I've really enjoyed this.
Me too.
I just think it's a great way for my audience to learn and other people's audience. You know, I just think it's a great way for us to spread the raw vegan bundle. So I will certainly have you back on there. Anybody who is a raw vegan, who is interested in, after the bundle finishes, because I'm booked up until the bundle finishes, but if anyone's interested in coming onto my channel for an interview, please DM me and you're more than welcome to come on my channel and we will discuss your lifestyle or anything else it is that you want to discuss. So yeah,
I love that.
excellent. Everybody remember to love life and live free and be kind to the #1 person in your life, you.
I love that. Wow. Thank you so much, Jade, for having me. I love you. You're
Love you.
amazing.
Great.
Wow.
So,
I'm going to go chuck some stuff. All right. Love you.
all right. Go chuck some stuff. All right. No worries. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh.